Hey, something I've been really liking about Canvas is what I call the pre-feedback, and I know that's not what it's actually called. I have no idea what it's actually called, but I call it pre-feedback. And basically what it is it's a way for you to utilize your quiz to give feedback to everyone depending on how they answer a question. So that will make more sense here in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and look at this quiz I have about constant and proportionality in tables. And it's a learning check. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to go to the questions. So in my questions, I can look at each table and I can say I want to edit this. So what I've done is for this question, it's an exact answer. So students have to tell me exactly what the constant of proportionality is. They have to answer in with an exact answer of 5 with a margin of error of 0, which means that if they answered 6, it would be wrong because it's not within 0 of 5. If you had this as 1, they could answer between 4 and 6 and they would still be right. But in this situation, I'm not giving that to them. This is a little, this is feedback. So it says, click to enter comments for students if they choose this answer. So if a student selects 5, you can put in like exactly, great job, great work. I don't know, something like that. I don't usually use the green ones as often as I use the red ones, which probably isn't great. That's okay. Then you have a generic one. So down here, if I did a green, it'll give anyone who got the correct answer a comment. This is the wrong answer comments though. So here I put the generic, how do you figure out proportionality? And anytime anyone gets this wrong, no matter what answer they get wrong, they're gonna get this feedback. So instead of me having to go through every single quiz and type out the same thing, or even copy and paste the same thing, it's automatically gonna give that to them. This gray spot over here is just a general comment. So if you wanted to give everyone the same comment, regardless of whether they got it right or wrong, you could do that there. Another great time that you can utilize this is when you're doing multiple choice. So in this case, I have some multiple choice questions. I know that if someone, the answer to this is 1/2. I know that if someone answered 2, they got y over x switched up with x over y. So I can tell every single student that gets this wrong, and a lot of them will because it's a common mistake, that this is what they did. I can give them feedback immediately, and it saves me a ton of time. But then I can also use the generic comment still. So if a student answers 4 or none of the above, they probably aren't following, they probably don't know much about it, so I'm giving them the generic comment. But also it doesn't hurt the kid that answered 2 to also read over this again. And again, I have that green box or the gray box if I want to, for anyone who got it correct or for everyone. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in another quiz that I haven't done yet. Oops. So if I go to the graphs learning check, and I edit it, and I go to questions, I can go to what is the constant proportionality in the graph below. So this is one of those ones where they had to actually pick the exact answer. So let's see if I still have it pasted. I may not. Yeah, so if they get this wrong, there's a lot of reasons they could get this wrong. So I'm going to give them the generic, this is what proportionality means. Does it create a straight line? Does it go through 0, 0? Does y over x always equal the same thing? But this is not actually what they're asking this time. This time they're asking, what is the constant of proportionality? So I could put at the end, remember, the constant of proportionality, or K, is y divided by x. I'm actually going to use an equation because I haven't done it, made it look like this yet. Maybe they're getting mixed up with the formatting of it. X. Make sure you simplify. Okay, so this would just be a generic answer if they got it wrong. And again, the answer is 50 with a margin of error of 0, so that means if they answer 51, it is incorrect. If I had a margin of error of 1, 49 through 51 would be correct, but I don't want that. So I'm going to update the question. And then I can go to the next one and do the same thing. So this one is, what is the constant of proportionality below? It's 6, so I can do the same thing here. And I'm actually just going to copy and paste what I had in the last one because it's really the same idea. But I might actually just copy and paste this part. I'm just going to paste it here. Got it. And then if I have a multiple choice, I could also do individual answers. I could say like graph 2 graph a table with a constant of proportionality that is 5. Graph another table with a constant of proportionality of 2, which graph is steeper. Okay. And you could even put that as the generic comment instead of just for this one. So I'm actually going to remove that because I would rather have that be the generic comment. So I'm going to do the generic comment down here. And then you can save it. And now when a student takes this, depending on how they answer, they're automatically going to get feedback. So again, this saves me time. I can still go back through and give additional comments and feedback, but this is going to make my life so much easier. I hope that was helpful. I have loved this feature. I've been utilizing it a lot lately, and it has really been saving me time. So I hope that this is helpful. It does take a little more time on the creating end, but we can reuse these quizzes forever. So it will save you time in the long run. All right, I hope you all have a great day. I think that's it.